All right, there we go. Hello, hello. This is John S. Rhodes of the Rhodes Brothers. This is Greater Wealth Through Mastery. The topic of today's short talk is you need to know where to look. Now, what I'm really talking about here is if you think just for a moment about your life and you go over the pieces and parts of those activities, the schooling, the education, the people that are around you, if you kind of think through the pieces and parts, you have a story that you have told yourself about yourself. Let me put this another way. Every single person that hears this message, but especially you, could pull out a piece of paper and you could establish a timeline. There's a first memory that you have or that you think you have. You're going to pull up that first memory and you can outline point by point everything that you've done from that first memory up until this very second. So you could do that in a variety of ways. You could do it with a journal. You could do it with a PowerPoint or some kind of spreadsheet. You could do it, with a checklist. You could do this in so many different ways. You could even express it by thinking about talking to a friend. You could speak it out loud. There are so many ways. But the thing that's so interesting about knowing where to look is as you look over your story, this is where it becomes interesting. If you know where to look, you will be able to identify the challenges and the problems that you faced in life. You will also very likely experience or re experience those problems again, reinforcing those problems. So if you're looking at the problems, you will continuously relive those problems over and over, and you will use those as an excuse to be lazy, to procrastinate, to not get things done, not to achieve, not to dream, blame others, and I could go on and on. It's tough love, but it's true because when you're looking at your own history, you will very, very likely concentrate on, spend time on what has not worked, your failure points, what you don't enjoy, what is painful, and you will dwell on that and you'll get sucked into the dwelling vortex, the black hole of despair and confusion. And this is very much true for men and women of all ages. The older you get, the more that you will go back and dwell on the things that don't work if you don't know where to look. And that's the key here. That's why I bring this up. That's why I bring up the very fact that everyone has a story, everyone has a narrative. And there are multiple exercises that you can go through to overcome the tragedy, the problems, the issues. Let's look at one of those for a moment. I'll keep it very simple and then we'll progress forward. The very first one is in your past when you have experienced those problems and you're reliving them. You're looking back right now to your early memories, mid memories, memories from yesterday about the challenges, the frustrations, and the problems. Here's the thing. You don't always fail. There is no way it's 100% failure. At a minimum, you have succeeded a few times. After all, you've made it to this video. In all seriousness, if you look back over time and you find an issue and then another issue, like fail, 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 you will find an issue, a problem that you said, yeah, I failed there. But I ask, when you failed that one time, didn't you overcome that failure? Didn't you overcome the challenge? Didn't you succeed in spite of or despite of the very fact that that problem came up? Unexpected, out of the blue, because of so and so. Does not matter. You had the challenge. The obstacle came up, like challenge accepted. It came up and you faced it dead on, head on, and you went after it and you succeeded. You have, in other words, in your story of your life, at least one success. But do you dwell on the success? Do you dwell and focus on the winning? It's very likely that you are just like almost everyone else that we have worked with. And what we find is that again and again, people focus on why they can't, how they failed, what doesn't work, instead of looking at, hey, you did run into things like this in the past, but you overcame. You won. What was it about winning that was different than losing? What did you do differently? Look at the delta between failure and success. Look at what you did right versus what you did wrong. Look at the before and after. It was very difficult, very challenging, but then I succeeded. What was the difference? How did you overcome that? Was it technology? Was it mentoring? Was it a particular friend or colleague? And then, as they say, lean into that, lean into the success and into the winning. Now, this means a few things that are very important. When I say sort of lean into it, I am deliberately talking about dwelling on the success. I am the success, the winning itself, but I am also importantly talking about the process. I'm talking about the actions taken. I'm talking about really things that happened, the activities and the energy applied that allowed you to overcome whatever it was that you were failing on. And then don't just dwell on those things. Embrace the energy and create dreams about replicating that success. You see, the difference here is that rather than focusing on a discrete moment in time of failure, you're moving 1 or 2 or 5 or 20 steps ahead of that failure. And you're saying, but now I've overcome. I can see it. I know it. And it's the truth. The truth of you is that you have succeeded. You have won. There have been winnings in your life. You have won the lottery, so to speak, in your life more than one time. Absolutely guaranteed. Everyone has won at least a few times in life. Pick the winning. Focus on the process going from being a loser to a winner. Focus on the winning itself and the feelings and why you're grateful for that. And how do I replicate that? Who was around me? What is it that I needed to do? Ask questions if you don't know. Use the power of the investigative reporter. Who, what, when, where, why, and how these things happen. I started as a failure. I started in this dark place, but I overcame. Here's how I did it. Here's when I did it. This is who helped me, and so on and so forth. So that is how you know where to look. This will solve many problems in your life, and it will allow you to create value for so many other people in your life. And the most important person it's going to help is you. If this resonated with you, if this made sense, or you feel like someone would greatly benefit from this message, I would thank you from the bottom of my heart when you send this along to that friend, that colleague, that special person, because it's word of mouth referrals exactly like yours that help this channel grow. Of course, when you hit the like button, it helps us. And of course, if you want more teaching, training exactly like this, and access to the Rhodes Brothers in some profound ways, by all means, subscribe to the Rhodes Brothers. You will get more than you paid for, certainly. This is John S. Rhodes of the Rhodes Brothers signing off. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.